Hey everybody, Charlie902 here, and welcome to my very first Star Citizen video. I was racking my brains for a really long time trying to figure out what I wanted my first Star Citizen video to be about, and finally came up with the idea, why not cover my favorite ship? So here we are. This is going to be kind of Charlie902's impressions. Not necessarily a review, just kind of what I think and my thoughts and my opinions on the Anvil Carrack. As stated earlier, this is my favorite ship, so we're going to take some little time here to kind of gush over what I like about it. Kind of a windy day here on Clio, but I wanted to get somewhere where I could get a little bit of sunlight here so we could see the ship in all its glory. So first we're going to go ahead and do a walk around, and just to get a sense of scale here, this is my player model. We'll bring it right up against the landing gear here. You can see just how absolutely massive this ship is. Let's go back in the first person here. There we go. There's a better view. Then we can move around. Player's kind of hunched over for the wind. And back in the first person. So, very detailed, awesome ship. See the front landing gear here. As you can see in the left corner there, it's negative 59 Celsius. I've got about 25 minutes before I die, but should be plenty of time to walk around. All right, maneuver thruster here, huge. Docking collar. Anvil Aerospace branding, and then you can see here these three center sections. There's one here, and one there. Right now those are cargo pods, and we'll take a look at those from the inside. They're going to be modular. Alright, you can kind of see the nacelle or wing here, whichever you prefer to use. Man, it's getting very windy out here. Houses the other two landing gear. They kind of rotate up, and you'll also see a very cool ball turret. Now these pop out, we'll hop in one and I'll show you what they do, but they give you a very awesome field of fire. Alright, here's the rear of the ship. We'll try to get a good view of the rear. You can see that my view's starting to fog up here because of the cold and the storm. Beautiful day on Clio today. Alright, here are your main thrusters. You see there's a turret there at the bottom. Absolutely massive ship. Now, when we open this ramp up here, the ship's going to kind of tilt back some. The landing gear has a little give to it, but not a lot. You have to find a very, very flat place to land. And as you can see, I found kind of a slope up here, which is going to cause the ramp to push against it, but we'll use it to get inside, and we'll take a look at the interior of the ship. That's where we're going to spend the majority of our time anyway. The way you access the ship, you see this little ramp access button here. We'll walk up to the ship, and we'll hit the open door. Now it is a slow ramp. Rick and Morty friends will have fun with that. And you can see it's kind of pushing the front of my ship up. Hopefully it doesn't glitch out too much. I think we'll be all right. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, let's get on the ramp here. Very long ramp, but that gives you a shallower approach so that you can fit a variety of vehicles in here. Rock mining vehicle, Ursa rover. Whoop, whoop. Some physics issues there. Cyclones. Alright, let's close the door here. I'm going to slow my run down here. Alright, and my vision should clear up from the heat here. Alright, once the ramps close, our ship should settle down. So this is the rover bay. Now one of the cool things about this bay, as you can tell, is very utilitarian looking here, is that you have a ramp here so that you stop your rover from going too far and hitting the door here. Alright, Ursa rover fits very nicely in here. To the left here, you've got a service ladder. You can open the door. We'll take a look. We're not going to go up the ladder yet, though. So there's a service ladder there. It goes all the way up to the top. I'll show you where it comes out at. All right, so we're going to take a walk through the cargo bays here. And before we do so, you'll notice the docking collar I pointed out. Well, it's here. Let me slow down my walk some. I imagine you can keep some EVA suits here and then access this collar. All right, we're not going to go out there. I don't want to glitch through the game or anything like that. Huh. Apparently there's a door I can open and close. It doesn't... There we go. So EVA suit access here with the docking collar makes sense. And then we have an elevator here. Alright, now one of the things I dislike about this ship, which is very few, is that the only entrance from the ground is that ramp right there. I really wish, probably impossible because of the landing gear, but I really wish one of these elevators went all the way down to the ground and we could use that to enter the ship with. As you can see here, we can go to the subdeck, habitation deck, and technical deck. So we're in the subdeck now. We're going to continue our look through here. Okay, if you come out here, you'll notice this is one of those cargo pods. Now there's talk in the future of this being modular and that they have other options. We don't know. We can only speculate at this point as to what we can have in here. So let's go on down with the elevator. We'll take a look at the cargo pod. And it's my speculation that these should open up as ramps, and you should be able to pull in a small vehicle or load your cargo that way. As of right now, they don't do anything. Let's go back up to the catwalk. Okay, there are 3 of these cargo pods. As of right now, they all look the same. I am playing in patch 3.13. Come on, door. There we go. So now this is another cool part of the ship. This is the armory. All right, so right here, you've got access to the main elevator, and we'll go to that in a second. You also have more suit lockers for EVA suits, or I'm assuming heavy armor. Then you have a weapons locker on either side here. All right, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weapon slots, along with pistol weapon slots at the top. And same on this side. Now the Anvil Carrack is a demilitarized exploration vessel. So this used to be used by the military. It has been demilitarized for civilian sale, and is now used as an exploration vehicle for jump point mapping. Jump points are how you get from system to system in Star Citizen. Kind of like a worm tunnel, kind of. I'm sure there's probably somebody here in the comments that can explain that a little better, but that's kind of what the gameplay looks like. You jump through a tunnel, you end up at the other side, which should take you to another system. All right, so here's the bottom turret access. We'll go ahead and hop in here and show you the view from that. This is a manned turret, meaning you physically have to be inside of this turret to use it. And you can see here the view. All right, let's turn it on. Gyro fire, power on. There we go. There we go, we can shoot. Pretty decent view. I love how that when you look down, your whole seat rotates downward. So you have a better firing arc and better field of view down here. All right, this is primarily for, I'm assuming, defense. You shoot backwards at those that are pursuing you. Let's go ahead and exit this turret. Now this ship is not designed for solo use, and what I mean by that is just a single player piloting it, unless you have NPCs or maybe even server blades to automate some of these turrets. We haven't had a whole lot of info on that. Suffice to say that it's a component you need to buy, and you have to have computer power and computer slots for those server blades. So that'll do it for the subdeck. We're going to go ahead and take this main elevator. And we're going to head up to the Habitation deck. Okay, Habitation deck here. And as I said, this is my favorite ship in Star Citizen overall for the grand scheme, the end game, the overall view of what we think Star Citizen is going to be. And for me, exploration is where it's at. That's the gameplay I want to do. So what better ship for exploration than a demilitarized exploration ship that comes with its own rover and own snub ship. And the snub ship's really a shuttlecraft, much like the one that you would see in the old Star Trek, the Next Generation shuttlecraft. So here we are in the Habitation deck, and we've come around to the med bay. And this med bay is very impressive. All right, so right here you've got your decontamination, decon, and then we're going to go into the actual medical suite here, which is, like I said, very impressive. Huge difference in quality to look very sanitary. You have smooth surfaces, everything's white, very well lit. If you look in here, you can set this bed as it shows at the bottom as an ICU, so you'll respawn here. All right, charting on the walls, and then over here you have an observation. 2 smaller medical beds. I don't know if these are med beds or just beds to store patients in. But here, you can have field of view on the patient while they remain in quarantine. O2 supply, engineer access. This does nothing right now. Medical supplies, syringes, gloves, whatnot. Even do a little bit of science here. Very impressive. I'm looking forward to see how the gameplay works out for this. Medical gameplay is coming into Star Citizen here very soon. But it's going to be at tier 0, and it will be improved upon. And I imagine we will be able to put this stuff to good use. Now, this is a storage area over here, and it looks very believable. It's very awesome. So that is the medical suite. This is one of the higher level medical beds that you would find, because the Carrack is designed to operate on its own far away from civilization, so it has to be self-sufficient. A little bit of Z fighting there on the textures. Alright, so outside of the medical suite, if we open this door, well, it won't let us right now, but that is one of the exits from that ladder I showed you at the very beginning of the ship. Alright, so we're still on deck 2, medbay, bridge, habitation. This elevator goes downstairs, and it goes upstairs. Alright, so here we have the chow hall, the mess. All right, very alien inspired. I know the one in the Reclaimer is supposed to be inspired by the Nostromo, but this one also gives me those similar vibes. Another cool thing, and a rarity you'll see in Star Citizen, is an external window. Usually these are only in luxury style craft, but I love that they put one in the mess here to kind of brighten up the day. All right, you've got your microwaves, it looks like, sinks, various condiments. You got your various foodstuffs down here. Very awesome. All right, we come around to this side. Looks like we got some Chinese takeout boxes and various cutlery, flatware, plates, and more storage. And you have a cool view onto that central corridor there, which I love that. So you can glance down in there, see if the individual you're looking for is in the mess or not. You can also check over here. All right, there's a little rec area, and this is the main crew quarters. You can see about right here. Everything's labeled very nicely. They also get an external view. All right, we'll go into the toilet first. All right, we are vampires. Notice we do not reflect into the mirror. I wonder when that's coming in. Various towels, toiletry items, massive sink. And then you've got Space Pooper number 1 and Space Pooper number 2. All right, heading across. Once again, we've got our hexagonal space billiards table, space pool. Then we go into the actual crew quarters. Now, this is very well done. All right, it's a bunk style quarters, but everyone has their own bed And everyone has their own storage locker. All right. Nice chair here, or couch. All right, and you see there are 5 beds here. And then there's a separate shower. Once again, the mirror doesn't work quite right, but we have 2 shower stalls as well. Oh, they take a while to open. There we go, space shower. All right, moving on. Very well thought up. Looks very believable. I like the layout here so far. So as we can see there, we have 5 bunks. And then we also have, just in front of the mess here, we have a captain's quarters. All right, captain's dorm, they call it. Very near to the bridge, makes sense. All right, he has a ready room here, his own desk. He's got these cool retracting TVs, or screens, displays. He has his own window, fire extinguisher. He can store his books. Chessboard. I don't remember that chessboard being there. All right, here's his own bunk. He's got his own storage, and he has his own latrine and shower. I'm assuming that light will go off if there's an emergency state. Okay. So moving forward, we're going to go to the bridge. And the bridge is dual layered and it's a very cool design. Now here's one of the things I dislike about this is that there's another elevator from the lower bridge to the upper bridge. I know they did this to save room, but I would have killed for either a stairwell or a ramp of some kind. I think it would have been a lot quicker and made a lot more sense. So here we have 5 through 8, 1 through 4 servers. All right, so lots of computer power. All right, and you can hear that ambience of all the cooling for those computers. All right, as we step up onto the bridge here, there's actually a panel in the floor. All right, and that's for some type of component. I don't know off at the top of my head what it is. Let's see if there's any type of signage to let us know. Some component is supposed to go there. I know it's not like just hidden storage or something like that. Let's see if there's something written on the top. What does that say? Turn on our torch. Avionics goes in there. All right. And then here is the awesome bridge. Look at this view from the bridge, all right? You've got 2 co-pilots and a pilot seat. And this is just amazing. Look, you can step out on the glass here. And the view is just gorgeous. Now there's the upper bridge. We'll look at that in just a second. Gorgeous. Exactly what you would want from an exploration ship. All right, and if you sit in these little seats, you can see here they're on a little track. They extend a little bit, and you get a nice view. We'll set in that maybe near the end. I don't want to set in it now. What we're going to do is we're going to go from the lower bridge to the upper bridge in our lift here. All right, and then you have 2 remote turret seats. All right. See if it'll show up. There you go. Enter gunner's seat. This one isn't the remote turret. That one's remote turret for the turret up top. And this is just a support seat. You have multifunction displays. You can change the shielding, power allocation, overclocking, weapons, things of that nature. All right, here you have a hollow globe. You can kind of see it ghosted out here for navigation. And then there's a standing console panel here for, I'm assuming the commander can easily come over here, take control of the ship, or captain, commander, whatever they call them in this universe. I believe captain. And it's just amazing. I mean, look at this view. Now there's supposed to be metal shielding shutters that are supposed to be able to come down and protect this canopy. That's supposed to come in a later update. We don't have it now, but it has been promised to us. We'll see if that gets dropped or if we actually get it at some point. All right, so now we're on the technical deck. And technically it is a deck. So we have 6 escape pods for the 6 crew members. Just behind the deck are the bridge. Alright, if we go over here to, what is it, the port side, we have a repair room. And I think this is amazing, because once again, I said this ship was supposed to be able to go out into the blackness for months at a time, weeks, maybe even years, and operate on its own. So it has to be able to repair its own parts. So this looks like some sort of either 3D printer or repair substation. You've got tools, you've got a workbench. I just think this is a good touch. Even if you don't actually ever do anything here, it is great, you know, set dressing to put here. But I believe this will probably be what the meat and potatoes of the repair gameplay. Put component in here, use raw material, hit a button, it'll probably repair it, but we'll see. All right, and then on this side, under this louvered glass, on the starboard side here, this is a drone deployment room. You can see the drone bay here. I thought there used to be actual drones in here, or at least mock-ups of them, but I don't see any right now. But there are 2 drone operator chairs right there and on the other side. I'm not going to get into them. Before they used to glitch, you would fall through the ship and it would be a nightmare. So we're just going to look at them and continue on. All right, and now we come to the hangar. This is just above where the medical bay was. Don't know why the top is open. See if we can. All right, so there we go. It's just a visual glitch. There's the hangar bay door opening now. And in this hangar, a Pisces, C8 Pisces, or C8X Pisces Expedition shuttle will fit. You can also fit a variety of smaller ships in there too, the 100 series, a few other ships. This is the top of that service ladder from the very beginning. I don't want to go in there because ladders are kind of wonky right now. Let's go around the hangar. I love that they put these viewports into the hangar so you can kind of see the status. Is it depressurized? Is it open? Is there a ship in there? Is there somebody in there? We'll go ahead and look. Pretty decent size, and because of these angled walls, it's actually quite easy to land in here. Alright, we'll go back down. Close that door. Alright. So there's the central elevator, but before we go there, we're going to hit the back here, and we're going to look at engineering. Now, on the way to engineering, right now we're on the starboard side. This is access to one of the turrets. So we'll hop in here. I'll show you the kind of field of view you have with these turrets. If I'm correct, there are dual size 4 weapons on these turrets, which are large weapons for fighter size ships. See if I can get in here without falling out. Okay, it is being a little sketch and not wanting to let me in here. So we'll go into the other one if it'll let us. Now this is kind of a little long hallway here, but it's going out on those nacelles, and once you get in those turrets, you actually have quite an awesome field of view. They pop out, and you can shoot all the way to the back, all the way to the front. So a little side door here. This is the engineer station. And above here, you can kind of see the gravity generator spinning around. And then here's the engineer station. He can kind of look back onto the main engines, and there's a lot of major components all located in one area. Now that's a good and a bad thing. It's a good thing because it's easy to work on said components. It's a bad thing for combat. If that area gets shot up, you could damage multiple components at the same time. Now this ship isn't designed for combat, so I think it is A-OK that they prioritize making these components easier to maintain and gain access to. So here's a small elevator that'll take us to the subdeck of engineering, but let's take a look at the top deck first. These are the massive engines for your thrusters. And then at the rear here, we have the quantum jump drive. massive quantum jump drive. I believe this is a large. I don't know why I said that so weird. All right, let's head down. Like I said, ladders are a little wonky. All right, and then we have another door here for the power plant. Do you know Star works? And then as we traverse this subdeck of the engineering, you can see we have shield generator 1. Maybe I have to use the panel. Yep. Shield generator 1. 2 is over on this side. Okay, they're being weird. All right, they both opened. There's the shield generators, 2 large shield generators. Here's your life support. Now, I don't think there's anything actually in here. Last time I looked, there wasn't. Maybe there is now. Yeah, it's just space for your life supports. I don't think that's been modeled into the game yet. Neither has the radar. And then these 2 offshoots are the same. We'll go in one of them. And you have access to what I assume is... That's a cooler. But here's your fuel tank. Fuel tank B and A would be on the other side over there. All right. Make sure deactivate before moving. Authorized personnel only. Make sure deactivate. All right. We'll have to make sure deactivate. All right. Let's call the elevator. We'll mind the gap. Upper engineering. So I am playing on a 2080 Ti with an i9-900KS processor with 32 gigs of RAM. And as you can see, I'm getting pretty good performance here. Now, the PTU for 3.14 has went live, so I'm assuming a lot of people are playing that, which leaves this server mainly free so that I can show you this video. Let's see if we can hop in this turret. If not, you'll just have to take my word for it. Let's see how it does. Yeah, it's being a little wonky. I'm not going to risk it. I don't want to fall through. But you hop in those turrets, you have a awesome field of view and an awesome field of fire. They pop out on 2 little rails and they extend pretty far outward to allow you to converge on forward and aft targets. All right, so that's going to bring us back around to the hangar. And then we'll go to the last deck from the central elevator here. Now, like I said, this is my favorite ship in Star Citizen because of what it's meant to do, but also because it kind of can do a little bit of everything. The only thing you can't really do is solo it effectively, but you can haul cargo, you can run, bounty missions on the ground, you can do mining with a mining vehicle or hand mining. It's just an awesome ship. I love it. So here is the star map room, cartography room. I imagine it's going to get a little more to it than just this, but this being a cartography ship of sort that's made the map junk points, I imagine this room is going to be very integral in its mission. So I'm looking forward to see what they do with this. Now what you also have is access. Okay, there's an escape pod up here, one on the other side as well. More EVA suit storage, plenty of room for suit storage on this ship. And then there's an airlock here. Why is there an airlock? Well, because you can go up to the upper deck. This is amazing. I love this part of this ship. You can see out through here, or you can literally just walk out, walk across, walk on top of your ship. Now, this does create a point of entry, so this is something to be concerned about. There are actually a lot of point of entries on this ship, though there's only one that goes to the ground. But for defense, that's something to be concerned about. People can enter through here, they can enter through the hangar, they can blow off a turret, enter through there, they can enter through the airlocks, they can enter through the main ramp. One of the drawbacks of this ship, but there are very few drawbacks altogether, so I'm not going to complain too much. Awesome view that you have here. I love how they put these windows everywhere. Escape pod. And we'll go ahead and go down to the bridge. I'll take it up and show you how the landing gear pulls back, and we'll end the episode. So tell me what you think about the Anvil Carrack. Is it one of your favorite ships? Is it overhyped? Do you want to just have people quit talking about it? Is there things that you like about the ship? What improvements would you make? Like I said, I think the only improvement I would really want for this ship personally is just another entry point from the ground. If we could find a way to get one of these elevators to extend all the way to the ground level and offer you quicker access to the bridge, I think that would be great. But then again, it also may be bad considering this ship isn't meant to be boarded and departed that many times. You're supposed to go out, find jump points, possibly take weeks or months doing so, of in-game time, not real time, but who knows what they'll end up doing. So it may not be such a big deal that you can't quickly enter the ship or exit the ship. I think the armament is just fine. I love that there's a med bay. I mean, it really just has a little bit of everything on it. All right, let's turn on our engines and listen to this sound.
Engines online.
All right, we're taking off immediately because of the windstorm. I'm gonna exit the view here so you can see what happens when we lift the landing gear. Lift. Okay, landing gear doesn't want to lift. Let's see if we can do it from inside the ship. Quantum. And maybe a 30K incoming, who knows? Whoops. Now typically I use dual sticks. I'm using mouse and keyboard right now. I don't have my stick set up. I just got a new office set up here. So quantum drive. Close exterior, open exterior. Let's see if we can raise our landing gear. Okay, it's flashing like it's raising, but it doesn't appear to be here. Alright, well that's it for now. I just launched the countermeasures. I just wanted to show you guys my favorite ship in the verse and trying to get your opinion on my take on these videos. I created this YouTube channel for the sole purpose of creating content for Star Citizen. I will be doing lots of Let's Plays of other games just because I enjoy that as well, but my main focus was Star Citizen content. So please let me know what you'd like to see, let me know what I can improve on, and hopefully eventually one of these days I can start live streaming and playing with some of you guys when we're in the verse. So that's it. I'm Charlie902. Please consider giving me a like, comment, and a subscribe, and stay tuned for more Star Citizen content. See you in the verse.